the session. Welcome, everyone. I know that this session would be able to hold a total of 100 students. I'm not exactly sure how many students are here at this moment, but I'm happy that each of you were able to attend. This session is for students specifically seeking to pass the IELTS writing score with a band 9. With a band 9. This will be a writing task of... Okay, I'm going to try and mute everyone. Let's see if I can do that. Invite. And I don't exactly see where I am to mute everyone. So I'm going to ask you all again to just listen, because with the chatter, I may get myself unnerved. All right, so this is writing task 1. Make your own notes that this is what we're doing, writing task 1. It's important. It is very, very important. It's extremely important that you understand that in the writing section for the task 1, that you address fully what you're being asked. You need to develop your position in your answer so that your response is relevant and it fully extends itself to support the ideas or the idea that the prompt is asking of you. This is general information. You can find this general information anywhere on the internet. As it relates to coherence and cohesion, you want to use cohesion in such a manner that it does not attract attention. As I have read many students' responses, they have very good vocabulary, but the vocabulary does not necessarily fit with the context and the content of what is being asked or expected. So I'm going to teach you today how to skillfully manage writing your paragraph. Your lexical resource.
Yes.
This is your ability to use a wide range of vocabulary. However, while using that wide range of vocabulary, it must sound natural. Samir, I know you may want to ask a question, but I'm going to hold all questions until the end because I want to be sure that I have answered all of this writing.
Yes,
So, if you make a few mistakes in spelling, that's okay, but you really do need to focus on the correct spelling of your words. Now, your writing task for the academic test, you are expected to write 150 words minimum, not 130. If you do not have that minimum of 150 words, it is going to be worthless. So make sure you have a minimum of 150 words. And I'm going to teach you how to make sure you have more than 150 words, but not too many more. So today, we're going to focus on a particular graph. This same information is useful for a bar, a line graph, table, or chart. But today, we're going to focus on a pie chart. Now, the purpose of the writing test is only to test your ability to select and report the main features of the pie chart. I'm going to teach you how to compare data, identify significant and trends in the data. I want you to keep this in your mind. The examiner is not the expert on what you believe is important. It is up to you to determine what is important and report out on that. So here we will start. We will have reasons for cycling to work, reasons for driving to work. This is what we're going to focus on today, and the prompt will come up momentarily. But for now, we're going to focus on our reasons for cycling to work and our reasons for driving to work. And of course, the quadrants here are represented and they are color coded. Now, we're ready to start analyzing the data. You are going to start analyzing the data. Reasons for cycling to work, reasons for driving to work. In my opinion, you should just jot down information on your paper to capture everything that is there. All of the percentages, all of these percentages equal 100%. On both sides, it equals 100%. No matter how we look at it, it's going to be 100%. 100%, 100%. So these two are equal.
Okay, ma'am.
The next thing that I want you to write down on your paper now, I want you to write down these words. P-A-T. This is key to getting a 9 on the exam. P-A-T. Pat. Okay? So the P is for phrasal verbs. The A is for academic vocabulary. T is for transitional phrases. If you have these three components on your paragraph writing or within your paragraph writing, you are going to be closer to the 9 than those who are not. What is important about the A is the academic vocabulary. You can find many, many lists on the internet that has academic vocabulary. I want you to remember this. Academic vocabulary is 3, 4, or more syllable words. It doesn't matter what the word is. If it's 3, 4, or more syllables, it is academic. So let me give you an example. If I say that, let's see, how can I write on this? I really like to eat fruit. Okay. I really enjoy fantastic fruit. Fantastic. That is a 3-syllable word. It is academic. Okay. So I could say, we found some amazing fruit in the grocery store. Okay. Your key thing here is 3 or more syllable words. You may have to change this a little bit. I really liked to eat fruit. I find eating fruit enjoyable. I find eating fruit enjoyable. Okay, academic. I think most of you should know what transitional phrases are, and we're going to talk about transitional phrases. They are going to be words such as however, moreover, in addition, first, secondly, and then your phrasal verbs are going to be those 2-letter words. 2-letter words such as on top, down below, just 2 words up, on. Those are your phrasal verbs, all right? So keep those in mind, but I'm going to teach you how to use those as well. So your academic vocabulary is going to be here. Your transitional phrases are going to be here. All right, I'm going to go on. And you can find these phrasal verbs all day long, someplace on the internet. Cut off, get through, hang on. All of these are just copied from the internet. Your success is going to be to learn 3 or 4 of them. You do not need to learn many. Your paragraph is only 150 words. Learn a few phrasal verbs. Use these free phrasal verbs in your everyday speaking. All right, and you will be set for success. The next thing that we're going to do is look at academic vocabulary. You don't have to learn lots of vocabulary, but understand the vocabulary must consist of 3 or more syllables. Accident, chemical, calculate, integrate, importance, educate, admission, clarify, designer, distinction, acceptance, pollution, champion, interpret, and emphasize. Why are these important? Let's look at accident. Accident. Some people would say, I was hurt. I was involved in an accident. The water was dirty. It was heavily polluted. The pollution was caused by the storm. Admission. I went in. The admission was $15. Do you see how one simple word can be elevated to an academic? That is what the examiner is looking for in your writing. Lynn, just give me a thumbs up if you can hear me clearly. Thank you. Now let's look at the transitional phrases. In our transitional phrases, we have, as I said, those words that lets the reader, the examiner, know that you're changing your thought. We have the basic ones, which are perfectly fine to use. Also, like, again, in the first place, as a matter of fact. Mostly, you will find that you will use however, in contrast, and on the other hand. These 3 will fit almost in any writing that you do. So I would say write these down, learn these 3, and you're good. You will be set. However, in contrast, and on the other hand. All right? So this is general information. Now we're going to look at the heart of writing. Well, one more. When you're doing your writing, compare your data, recognizing any similarities and differences. You must be able to recognize whatever you're choosing. Either it's alike or it is different. You're going to focus on maybe one, the similarity or the difference. When you're writing, here is the vocabulary. When you talk about something that is similar, you will say, in the same way, if it's similar. You just don't say, it's like. It's similar. That's your 3 words, 3-syllable vocabulary word. Relatively, all of those are academic words. Vocabulary for differences, in contrast. And you have opposites. This is key. I'm going to put lots of stars, lots of check. This is key, 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 key. Always mention your numerical data. Do not just say approximately. You can say approximately, but you must mention the data. Data, 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 mention it, mention it, mention it, okay? I cannot overemphasize that because you want the examiner to know that you understood that this number represented this widget, this fruit, this bicycle, whatever it represented. You want the examiner to know that you understood. Now, here is your prompt. We are ready to start writing. We have analyzed our data. We're now ready to start writing. Your prompt reads, the chart shows the reasons why people travel to work by bicycle or by car. This is what these 2 pie charts shows. It is your responsibility to summarize the information by selecting and reporting the main features and make comparison where relevant. Keep in mind The examiner does not know what you consider to be relevant. You will decide what is relevant. So don't spend time thinking, does he think or she thinks this is important? It's what you think and what you can write about in a good way. Now, remember, you will see this in red over and over again until we get to the end. You will see this because this is your standard prompt. You have revised your prompt. So I won't keep typing it. I'll just put it at the top. You have 20 minutes on this writing task. So if we were to start right now, you have 20 minutes to complete this task, and I'm going to complete this task for you. So the charts show the reasons why people travel to work by bicycle or by car. This is what I have paraphrased for you. The two charts provides reasons why some individuals prefer to travel to work by automobile, while other individuals prefer to travel to work by car. We're not going to change our paraphrase. All right? Now we're ready to start. I want you to brainstorm with me the similarities and differences. I have in my mind what we're going to use. You may very well have other thoughts, but today we're going to go with what I have brainstormed. And this is what a brainstorm looks like. I have written down all of the percentages for cycling to work, which is this one. I have written down all of the percentages for reasons for driving to work. And as I recall saying, they both equal 100%. Let's now analyze the information. There's 40%. I do not see 40% over here for cycling for work, but 40% is the greatest percentage of any amount. I'm going to make a point of using this. I see 30 and 30 is 60%. Thank you so much. 30 and 30% is 60. Now I'm just going to write about this 40% and the 30% now, because I'm going to compare. Remember, this is our paraphrase and it's not going to change. Of all sectors provided, comfort ranked as the best reason at 40% to drive to work. I've mentioned my 40%. While 30% health and fitness sector and 30% less pollution sector were in favor of cycling to work equals 60% collectively. 30%, 30%. Notice that I have mentioned two parts for cycling to work, one part for driving. I still need to mention everything else. The next portion that I'm going to write about is, remember, I have already mentioned 30%, 30%, and 40%. In contrast, distance to work at 21%, faster than cycling at 14%, need to carry things to work at 14%, and safer than cycling at 11% is the equivalent to those selecting to cycle to work. So that was my 60% here. I hope that you're following that was the 60% here. And this equals 60%. So now I have captured in my writing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I still need to mention a few more things in my writing. As I said, the examiner is listening to see if you can capture and evaluate all of the information. The next thing that we're going to do is write a little bit more, keeping in mind that we have now talked about, let's see if I can show you what we've talked about, this percent, and we've talked about all of this. What remains is 15, 13, and 12. Let's see what we can do with that information. With regards to the remaining sectors, cycling to work, no parking problems is 15%, no cost, 13%, and faster than driving at 12%, totaled 40%, which compared to the 40% seeking comfort to driving to work. So what I've done is I've compared this 40% to this 40%, okay? Now, we can agree we have touched every quadrant. 100%, we have compared all of them. Yes? Now, we did not change anything here because that is our paraphrase. We did not change anything there. The next thing that we're going to do is look at our last portion of the writing. This is like your conclusion or pulling it all together. Although the idea of driving to work or cycling to work is a subject that can be debated for a very long time, individuals in most instances will make the best choice based upon their personal preferences. We have a total of 170 words. Okay, I'm going to show you how we put those pieces of these pie charts together. Remember what I said about the paraphrase. We did not change the paraphrase. It remains the same. The two charts provides reasons why some individuals prefer to travel to work by automobile, while other individuals prefer to travel to work by car. If you can remember some of the things that we said, of all sectors provided, comfort ranked as the most significant reason at 40% for individuals to drive to work. On the other hand, 30% health and fitness sector and 30% less pollution sector were in favor of cycling to work, equal 60% collectively. Now, here I am just automatically remembering that I can stick this word here. On the other hand, which is going to be my transitional phrase. In contrast, distance to work at 21%, faster than cycling at 14%, need to carry things to work at 14%, and safer than cycling at 11% is the equivalent to, and I added individuals, like, oh, I can put this word here, selecting to cycle to work, or I could leave it out, but I need to make sure that I have enough words, so I added it. So I'm going to keep it. With regards to the remaining sectors, cycling to work, no parking problems, 15%, no costs, 13%, and faster than driving at 12%, total 40%, which compared to the 40% seeking comfort by driving to work. Although the idea of driving to work or cycling to work is a subject that can be debated for a very long time, individuals in most instances will make the best choice based upon their personal preferences. Our total words right now is 177 words, but we will not stop there. We will not stop there. Now let's look at Pat. We want to make sure that as we use the final minutes, that we have used our phrasal verbs, our academic vocabulary, and our transitional phrases in our writing. Now, let's take a look to see how much we can improve. Of all the sectors provided, of all the sectors provided, comfort ranked as the most significant. Significant, 4 syllables, boom! Reason at 40% for individuals, boom, to drive to work. On the other hand, transitional phrase, 30% health and fitness sector and 30% less pollution sector were in favor of. Cycling to work equals 60% collectively, boom. And contrast, which is a transitional word, distance to work at 21%, faster than cycling at 14%, need to carry things to work at 14%, and safer than cycling at 11%, is the equivalent to individuals selecting to cycle to work. With regards, transitional phrase, to the remaining sectors, cycling to work, no parking problems, 15%, no cost, 13%, and faster than driving at 12%, total 40%, which compared to the 40% seeking comfort by driving to work. Although the idea of driving to work or cycling to work is a subject that can be debated for a very long time, individuals in most instances will make the best choice based upon their personal preferences. 177 words. I only used one phrasal verb, which is here, in favor of, and that's perfectly fine. I did use, but you can use more than one if you can find the place to put them in. Now, that takes us to the end of writing to get a band 9 on the writing paragraph. I really hope that this was very beneficial to each of you. I'm now going to answer questions. We have a few minutes. Talk to you and see if we can get you that score that you need. All right?
Right, ma'am.
Okay.
Very well delivered speech.
Okay, so I see that
Yes.
Ahmed has written something. There is something in the introduction. You said individuals prefer to travel to work by automobile, while other individuals prefer to travel to work by car. But car and automobile are the same thing, are they? Yes. I'm not exactly sure what I may have said, but if I use the word car, it is the same as automobile. The two things that we were focusing on would be car and bicycle. Or if I said automobile, then it's bicycle. I could have said a bike, but I mean bicycle. I could have said,
Yes.
I'm not sure what, cyclist maybe, but automobile is the same. Thank you, great question. All right, who else has a question? You may all open your mics now and I can answer and speak with you. Any other questions? Was this beneficial to you, Samir?
Right, ma'am. Oh, okay. Let Samir sir tell.
Yes, sure, madam. Yeah, it's very beneficial for us. Yeah, while teaching in the classroom.
Well, that is fantastic. Okay, the connection is...
Yes, madam. Thank you.
Okay, the connection isn't holding, so if you want to type out your...
Yeah, connection is little bit...
But I do...
Yeah. Connection is little bit poor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I want to thank you all for coming today.
Yes.
It was my pleasure to present this webinar to you. I hope that you will join the Facebook group. Yes?
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Jagat Rao here.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much for delivering such a precious lecture, ma'am. I am enjoying Zoom meeting for the second time. For the first time, I enjoyed it at Aurangabad, that is SIM. I enjoyed your speech very much, ma'am. I was waiting for this speech for three days since since when you have accepted my proposal.
Yes, yes, yes.
Well,
And it was a good opportunity to
Yes,
be with
same here.
Samir sir from Yevala.
okay.
Yes.
Well, I am very happy to.
Yes, yes, yes.
I'm very
Really,
happy.
ma'am.
I'm
Really,
very
ma'am.
happy. I'm very
Yeah.
happy. Yes.
Ma'am, give us chance to listen to your lectures whenever you are going to deliver in the future. We
I
shall
will.
be enjoying it.
I will definitely do that. But I would like to say, Gachetra, that I am an online global consultant, that I do
Okay, ma'am.
teach classes online for a living. So I do
Right, ma'am.
individual classes. I have helped maybe over several thousand
Yes.
students to pass the IELTS exams in a very simplistic way.
Oh,
Very nice of you.
that's great.
I do
Really
have,
great.
I do have videos on YouTube that you can
Okay,
watch
ma'am.
completely free.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, sure.
Just go to
Sure.
Yes, sure.
Sure, ma'am.
just go to YouTube, follow me,
Yes, yes.
join my Facebook page, and if you'd like to have a paid
Yes, yes.
class, those are available for you as well.
Yes,
Thank
sure.
you very much, ma'am.
Many students benefit
Yes,
from
yes, yes.
having the one-on-one live class for speaking. When you're speaking for the IELTS exam, I teach you about PITA, P, which is similar to PAC, but you have one more thing to add when you're speaking. To get the 9, you need to be able to do the phrasal verbs, the academic vocabulary, transitional phrases, and idioms. I teach you how to use all of those and score well on that first
Yes.
test. So I'm excited to hear from you. I'm excited to see that you joined
Yes.
the Facebook group, participate in the Facebook group, and share
Yes, sure, madam.
this information with others.
Yes, yes, yes.
And I hope to see you all again in the future. We still have a few minutes remaining. If there are questions or
Thank you.
something that you'd like to say, I'm here to answer questions for you. Are there more questions?
No.
Any other
Samir
questions?
sir, please.
No question.
Okay,
Samir
but
sir, please ask any question. It's my humble request.
well, do you need to take the exam? Will you be taking the exam at any time?
Okay, ma'am. Yes.
When will you? Are you planning to take the IELTS exam?
Ma'am, we shall see your video and we shall decide whether when to appear for the exam. Actually, ma'am, we are working in secondary schools, and it is new for us. But we heard the name of my ELTAS exam, and I decided to see the introductory speech,
Thank you.
which is likely to be delivered by you.
Very good. So where are you from, Jagetra?
Yes, yes.
Where are you from?
I'm from
Same here.
I'm from Mumbai, ma'am.
Yes,
Mumbai.
yes.
Mumbai, India. Yeah.
Okay. I have quite a few
India.
students. I have quite a few students from India as well.
Excuse me, ma'am. Where are you from?
I am from the United States.
Okay, US. Where are you now? Which city
I,
you are staying at?
I am in the city
Thank
of
you.
Charlotte in the state of North Carolina.
Oh, nice, nice, ma'am. Very well. Thank you
Yes,
for
yes.
being the part of your speech
Nice.
lecture, ma'am.
Okay,
Thank you once again.
so tell me, how did you get your invitation? Where did your invitation come from, Jagetra?
Ma'am, I got
But
internship from my friends.
From your friends?
Yeah, I don't remember now his name, but it is from my friends group, ma'am.
Okay. Well, please share with your friends that you
Yes.
enjoyed the session, and
Okay, ma'am.
if you'd like to be
yes.
if you would like to be on my mailing list, you can
Okay,
join
ma'am.
by ask them to complete the form that you completed to get the invitation. I also
ma'am.
have a website. Let's see if I can find my website. Share.
Priscilla
Yeah,
0856.
no, that's Skype. That's my Skype.
Okay, that's Skype. Okay, ma'am.
Let me find my website.
Yeah, okay. Thanks once again. Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
very much.
Thank you so much for coming today. It was my pleasure, and I hope that this it's been beneficial to you in some way.
Yes, sure.
And here is my website.
Yes, yes.
Just
Yes.
display it.
If you become a member at the website, you'll get information about my upcoming classes that I will be doing live. If you wish.
Ma'am, do you cost something? Do you cost some money for